and welcome to another Cars Smart Motorsport video. In this one we're in the FT1500 and I believe we're at Interlagos.
Yep, that's right. Currently an F1 track, still being used. Originally back in the 70s was about 5 miles long, shortened in the 80s to just over 2.5.
Oh, and we're going over to the start now. As you can see, lights are out and away they go. Robbie there on pole position, getting a good start. What's the first turn going to hold for us?
Oh, hopefully there's not going to be too many
somebody
incidents.
On the grass. A Ferrari was on the grass. I couldn't see
oh, someone's round. I don't know who that was.
No, hopefully we can take that back. And,
it was Anton.
Anton, was it? Let's take that back.
That's not a good start. It starts in third position, but does he get tagged?
So we had Robbie on pole, Jag in second, and Anton in third.
Riding on board, well, briefly with Honest John, now with Victor, and let's see what happens.
So we're on the chase cam. Let's have a look for Anton, see what happens.
Anton brakes, goes onto the grass. He just loses the back end. That's all. He wasn't hit by anybody. That was all done on his own.
And that's easy to do, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
we're going to get another view now. So this is actually on board with Anton now, I believe.
Yeah, see what happens here. He brakes it, he just goes wide onto the corner, onto the grass, and that's it, round. He's just a passenger.
And he's stone dead last if we look down in 9th place on the grass.
Yeah, but we've seen in previous races that being down at last is not a handicap because you can still make places back.
Just while we notice that, is that going to affect his tyres? He's on racing softs on the old grass now.
That wouldn't have helped. I mean, spinning around on the grass like that would have made a bit of wear, but I mean, it's the early days of the race, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem at the moment. And Anton's usually pretty good on tyres anyway, so he should be able to cope with that.
And we've got a 29 lap race, I believe, by the looks of it.
Oh, someone else is off there. That's
Interfy's off.
Yeah, he's off. That's the Lotus now down at last. So Anton's made a place up there already as we're going into just coming out of Ferradura, I think it was.
Yeah, we'll stay on chase cam for a bit so we can see, because Anton's normally a quick driver, so hopefully he will go through the field.
Yeah, I can imagine he's not going to be down at the back end for very long. And he's got Paul in front, and Paul's a bit slower on the exit out there, so Anton's going to close up onto the back of him, I think, and should have a nice run onto the start-finish straight, where Slipstream is going to be very powerful because it's quite a long straight here. Someone else goes off. That was Dave Speed, Anton's teammate.
So Ferrari having a terrible time here at the moment then.
Well, from sort of like 5th place backwards, yes, because Robbie's in the lead, and I don't know how far he is in the lead at the moment. But
okay, first lap's done, so Anton's up into 5th, so not bad recovery there.
No, that's pretty good. From being stone dead last up to 5th in 1 lap, that's pretty good going as we ride on board with Victor.
Who's in 3rd place for Lotus.
That's a good showing from Victor. That's a very good showing. As we go into turn 4, he's got Jag in front of him, and we're now on board with Jag in the chase view.
And how far is Robbie up the road? I can't even see
I can't even see. No, he's just going round the corner now. He's going into the Essence.
And we're on Robbie now. And Robbie, interestingly, is on medium tyres. Everybody else was on soft.
That's interesting. I believe that aren't soft tyres compulsory on this?
Yeah, I believe so. So we will have to go to them at some point.
Yeah. So let's see how he goes. But at the moment, I'm only on mediums. That is a storming start. I didn't clock what Jag was on in 2nd place.
He was on softs.
Oh, okay. That's making Robbie's journey even more impressive then, if he's able to pull.
And if you look at the map, he's pulled out quite a gap, as you say.
He's storming it.
I mean, we don't know if Jag had an off or anything. We don't know, do we? But he's flying along now.
Starting to wonder if Robbie's got a bigger turbocharger in his car over everybody else.
But it's a long race, you know, and anything can happen.
Absolutely, anything can happen. You don't win a race on the first lap, or actually on to lap 3 now. They're quite short laps on this track.
Yes.
It's you're looking at sort of 1 minute 20 for a decent lap time.
It's quite a high-speed track, isn't it? Apart from the infield bit, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing 122s at the moment, but that's only because they've got a full tank of fuel, but that will wear down. I'm expecting the fastest lap on the race to be a lot quicker than that.
So while we're just obviously following Robin, he's quite a way ahead as we say at the moment. While we're just watching him in the background, we'll come back to you if anything happens. But we talked about the weather and the graphics on this game being very good. And we did say we talked about the negatives at some point. What do you feel is the worst thing in the game? I mean, obviously there's a few things that don't work, but what would you say is the worst thing in the game at the moment that should be fixed?
Quite simply, some of the bugs that you get in the lobbies. they really do need to be sorted out. We have trouble with people being able to join lobbies. You know, you try and join the track and you're sat there in the pits and you can't leave the pits, for example.
Bizarre, very bizarre. Yeah. So mainly bug fixes then is what we'd like to see improved.
I mean, graphically you can't fault it as we ride on board with Jag now for a bit and look at the wear on his tyres. Although in lap 4, so they're not wearing too badly. Should point out that Tepic's not in this race. He wasn't able to make the start.
And Honest John there's also on the mediums. So you've got Robbie on mediums, Jag on softs, Honest John on mediums. What's Anton?
Anton's on the softs there as well. So,
but you can see they're nearly half worn. The top.
Yeah.
We're now on lap 8, so we're to lap 8.
I was going to say those tyres,
pit stop, but they're still going.
No, that is a big off. I don't know what happened there.
I think it was just the rear tyres. Just the fact the rear tyres are
just the grip had gone.
And he's lost the place as well now.
Just putting the accelerator down and just losing the back end.
I think so with that tyre wear. But look at Anton's rear tyres in the same boat.
They're not going to last much longer. He's going to have to put it very soon indeed. Whether he does it at the end of this lap or not. If he goes for another lap, I mean, that's great because those tyres are just crying enough. But Robbie's mediums are holding out quite well.
Yeah, so Robbie's still first, Anton's second, Jag third after that massive off. And Anton's lost it.
Yeah, that could be down to grip. I mean, if you look
at his
he's
been
right,
reset. He's so
bad.
far off.
Yeah, but if you look at his right rear tyre, that's almost down to nothing. So that's going to be a grip issue.
Do you think he'll pit?
He's going to have to. If he stays out longer than that, then he's just foolish, I'm afraid. It's difficult to say yes, he is pitting to this. Sometimes it's difficult to see because the racing line actually cuts across the pit lane.
Is Jag going to pit as well? Looks like
Jag's followed him in.
So both those tyre issues, they've both lost time there to ridiculous spins.
Jag's tyres to me looked a bit better. Why is Robbie got a penalty? Did we see that?
Didn't see why he's got any. Interesting, the fuel there. I see Jag's got 73 and Anton got 64. So Jag done a bit of fuel saving.
Possibly, and also more likely that Anton's just been pushing it, trying to make up the space.
And Anton's gone onto the medium tyre.
And so has Jag.
So has Jag.
So let's got the softs out the way. The mediums are more durable tyre. It's not as quick as the soft, but they've got the soft stint out the way.
So where are they coming out? So Anton's come out in third, and Jag has he come out in fourth?
Anton retains the position.
Yeah, Anton's in third, but Jag did keep fourth. So, and Honest John is yet to pit, and so Robbie hasn't pitted on. We haven't seen it if he did.
But the medium tyres are more durable, so I wouldn't expect them to pit this early unless they're going to start covering off other people's stops if they think that someone's going to undercut them.
That would make quite a difference if you do the undercut.
It would, yeah. I mean, especially if Robbie were to pit and put the soft tyres on and get cut by somebody else, and Robbie is actually in the pit, so we'll look at that.
So we're on board with Anton now, coming up to the last turn.
Yep, last turn.
And Honest John right in front of him.
Honest John hasn't pitted yet. Anton just goes straight past. So, yeah, I don't think that is.
Will Robbie get out before Anton goes past? That's a big question. Is Anton weak for is there?
He might get out before so it's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment, so team tactics, it doesn't matter if Robbie gets out in front of Anton or not, but it looks like Robbie has got it.
Where's he coming around? So where's Robbie now? Oh, hang on, somebody's got a penalty.
Yeah, that's Robbie with a penalty, a 3-second penalty again.
That's got to be the pits, isn't it? If you...
Cutting that must have been cutting the pit lane lines. That's going to be the 3
I believe you get that. You can get that going in, can't you? And
you can, yes. If you don't get you don't time it just right going into the pitch, you can get a 3-second penalty for crossing the pit lane line too late.
Oh, it's a line, is it?
Yeah, it is a line, and I know on some tracks it can be really quite difficult to get into the pitch without crossing the line and getting a penalty. So yeah, not too.
It's hard to see on the map where Anton is. Obviously, I don't know how close he is. We can't see him in the camera. Or we can see the camera. Oh
No,
no,
there
it
he
is.
is.
It is. So Anton has closed up. With this penalty, will Anton take the lead? I think
Yes,
he
he
will.
will, because that goes straight onto the start finish straight. So getting the penalty there as Robbie lost it into the barrier and gets another 3-second penalty for his trouble.
So Robbie, although he'd scampered away at the start, but he was miles ahead. All going wrong for Robbie at the moment.
Yeah, but it's a team game on there. So at the moment, if it's a Ferrari 1-2, they're going to score a hell of a lot of points over Jack.
Jack's got into the mix now.
Yeah, she's past Dave Speed. I think he was down near the back.
What's happened to Dave Speed? It seems down in, was that 8th place or something?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to get a handle on these cars in some of these tracks. So they are tricky beasts to drive, and you can think that you've got it all under control, and then bang, it just snaps around. They're difficult beasts to control.
So at the moment, I think the top 3 are all on medium tyres now.
Yep, and as you see, Honest John's just pitted. He's putting on the hards. I mean, that's going to take him through.
Will that take him to the end
That
of the
will
race?
take him to the end, but if he hasn't run the softs, he's still going to have to do a pit stop. Or else he's going to get a minute penalty for not running the required tyres.
We may have done that in an earlier stint. We don't know, do we? Because we can't follow everyone.
No.
Looking at Anton here in the lead, he looks like he's got quite a gap though now. Look at him. See, right on the back of it.
That's a healthy gap there. You can just.
But we did see Anton spin twice. In fact, we saw him spin on the opening lap.
Yes.
And then we saw him spin pretty similar place to where Jack did with his worn tyres.
It is so easy to spin these cars. Now he's got a decent gap in front. What he needs to do now is back it off a bit. Oh, he's going into the
So
pits.
we've
This is his
picked
second
lap
pit
20,
stop.
so this will be Anton's last pit stop.
That'll be his last
imagine.
pit stop, yes.
So he's coming on mediums. What will he go? Probably softs, or will he stay
He
on
might
mediums?
stay on the mediums. We'll go 9 laps to go. He could do the softs. Now,
So-
is Jag going to follow him in?
I don't know. Jack's on mediums with quite badly worn rear tyres.
Yeah, I think if I were Jag, I'd be. No, he's staying out. Okay, so track position. If he can make those tyres last till the end, then that's going to earn him a decent track position.
I can't see those mediums last until the end. So maybe Jack has done it. Saying is he first? Has he got past the pits? No, we can't.
No, Jag has taken the lead. So, yes. Oh, but Anton's right behind him. He's going to be on fresher tyres. That, I'm afraid, is bad news for Jag because he's not going to be able to stop Anton.
But in some way, it may hold Anton up slightly.
It may, but I think the grip level, the grip differential is going to be too great.
So
Anton
has gone to medium tyres, I can see.
Yeah,
So he's going to finish the race on mediums.
he's going to finish on mediums, but fresh mediums versus warm mediums, it's no contest. It's going to be. It may not be this lap or the next lap, but before the end of the race.
To be fair, I thought he would have caught them already, but it doesn't look like he has yet. But you think he will close him down pretty quickly?
Oh yeah, quite easily. I think the grip level is just going to be too different, and also the fact that Jag's tyres are so warm. This is a spin. This should drop on the grass somewhere, and he's going to be round as we see one of the back markers going on. And yeah, Jag goes into the pits. I think in all honesty that's a wise move. I don't think those tyres will hold on for long.
So this will be his last pit stop, but obviously he's pitted a lap after Anton, so that will mean that his tyres are better to the end, surely.
Yeah, but he's going to be too far back. I think this is going to be a case of having to settle for second place for this. Anton, unless there's a big mistake, I think has got this race in the bag.
So Jag's in the pit. So where's Robbie?
Robbie's coming down the start finish straight. I think that Jag's going to retain position. It's going to be tight. Jag's coming out of the pits now, and he's Robbie going to come sailing past. No, it doesn't take him 10 seconds.
How far is he behind? That's the big question.
Can't see him. Yeah, can't see him in this shot.
So there's Anton.
Anton's
There's
this.
Jag.
So there's Robbie in third. He seems to be quite a distance behind, but oh no, we can just about see him in the same shot there.
So this is a Ferrari, obviously McLaren Ferrari. So we've got McLaren there sandwiched in the middle. There's Jag going to this side. So Robbie's on the same tyres, medium, but we don't know when Robbie stopped. Did he stop? Mate, he's got some wear. He's definitely got some rear wear.
He's got some wear.
But he is closing down on Jag
Yes, he
really
is.
well. But as we saw at the start, Robbie flew away. He was miles away.
He was absolutely.
So he's
went off
obviously,
like a
I
rocket.
mean, look at the way he's closing up. It's just unbelievable pace and speed that he's got. And he's just gone. Look, Jack just let him by. Didn't even try and defend him. Just let him go.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going through Jack's mind then, but
I don't know, but it's one of the things I am going to throw in actually is the way he started mediums. We saw him pit and put mediums on. Has he got the soft?
I haven't seen him, but I suspect
He must have done.
must have done.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise it's going to be a big strategic area.
Because
He
it's
hasn't
a
run them.
minute penalty, isn't it? If you
It
don't
is a
use
minute
correct
penalty, yes, and soft tyres are mandatory. You have to run them at some point, even if it's only for one lap. So we're on lap 23 now. Robbie's not pulling away from Jack, so there's still an opportunity for Jack to get past.
He's doing eighth still. That's
Yeah, he's
very-
pitting, he's getting the softs.
but a late start at 24 and into fives.
Yep, he's in on the softs as well. So.
And Robbie not pulling away now, definitely
No,
not.
they're the same tyres, but I think Robbie's a bit more warm than Jack. So
It's their fuel. It's still a quarter of a tank.
back to the tank left. That should see him through to the end. But Jack runs a bit wide there, trying to.
There's a back marker there that's obviously putting Jag off and probably put Robbie off. He's between them, which is a bit annoying for Jag because that will slow him down. Because in your mind it will slow you down.
When you say
You're
put him off,
distracted.
it's so easy to follow and never go off. As we see Robbie coming around the front to start. Looks like the last lap, and he's going into the pits.
Lap 20, what's going on? Lap 28?
On lap 28, I can only assume that he hasn't run the soft tyres yet. That is going to be a massive strategic error there. It was Jag that was going to come hurtling past, and Jag's going to take second place for sure. That is a bit of a blunder there by the Ferrari pit crew.
Yeah, so basically, but it's easy done, he's concentrated on his race and he was very strong at the start, as we know, he was
Yes.
leading, and he's just got carried away and just forgot to use the soft tyres.
But that's
Yes,
second
he's
place.
going on to the, you can confirm, he's going to the soft tyres and they're going to be coming out.
Yeah, that's handed second place to Jag, and on the last lap, I don't think Robbie's going to be able to get that.
Even with the soft tyres.
Even with the soft tyres, I think he's too far back. As we see Anton coming around the final turn.
For the last time.
Yeah,
So,
he's going to cross the line, so that was a good win from Anton, considering he spun down to last.
so,
his own fault.
yeah, very good drive there from Anton.
You see a back marker across the line, and Jag is way back.
About half a lap back, maybe.
Yeah, but still gets the second place. That's a good
Well,
good
he should
haul of
do,
points
shouldn't he,
for McLaren. Yeah, in second and fourth, because Honest John's been lapped across the line.
So it's just as long as Robbie doesn't catch Jack, but I can't even see. So I think Jag is probably safe.
I think that's impossible for Robbie to catch him from that far back. So we've got, Anton's got the win, Jag's in second place, Robbie is in third with the strategic blunder. Shouldn't have pitted for soft tyres on the last lap, but it's easy to lose your concentration, get dragged into a race, and I've got to run the mandatory time.
No, it is easy done. That was Jag. And there we've got Robbie there in third, so not too far.
That's damage imitation. But that's a good result for Ferrari with the 1 and 3.
Yeah. So that's that done. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like. Next week, where are we next week?
We are at the Nürburgring, not the Nordschleife, because I think that would be a bit too much for these guys.
Lovely. We'll see you next week at Nuremberg.
Bye.